Director Brian Keating joins us via live.
Brian Keating joins us now.
Sports Director Brian Keating is in San Antonio. And Brian,
for the Wiley Bulldogs, first round just seemed like a breeze. See, the hard part was just getting there. They had to survive in their district.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That was the plan tonight, to come in, pound the football. They did it against Cedar Hill last week, the big upset tonight. To heck with the passing game. Let's run the football.
Herschel Sims has picked Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State to play college football, capping off an unbelievable season, winning the state championship as a junior. Now he's off to Stillwater. Final preparations in order tonight. I think we're in the firing line over here. We've been hit with the football a couple of times. Cooper Cougar graduate and general manager of the Miami Dolphins, Jeff Ireland, had to apologize to Cowboys draft pick Dez Bryant for asking him in a pre-draft interview if his mom was a prostitute.
Football Friday Night with Sports Director Brian Keating starts right now.
Hey everybody, welcome into Football Friday Night. We're on location live at Saginaw Rough Riders Stadium, where the Wiley Bulldogs finishing off Burke Burnett about 2 minutes to go in the ball game. But earlier today, a lot of you heard it on the radio, following closely Abilene High at Birdville ISD Stadium against the #1 team in the state, number 3 ranked in the country. That's Cedar Hill and the Longhorns. Abilene High going in as probably a fair underdog. Let's go to the highlights, and a packed house, maybe 20,000 or close to it at Birdville ISD Stadium. All there to see the Birds and Herschel Sims. We'll start it in the first quarter, and Sims out of the Wildcat formation, something we hadn't seen all season, but Sims in the Wildcat makes it 7-0 Abilene High. So good start for the Birds. What you have to do to spring the upset. Cedar Hill would come right back, answer, big fella. Mason Hayes, big and strong, got those big old legs churning, and you can't catch him. He goes 80 yards. So it's 7-7 in the second quarter. Cedar Hill fans thinking, well, okay, here we go. It's 7-7 tie ball game. Next possession for the Horns. Dreyfus Jackson finds Oliver Wells, 27 yards for the score. So momentum definitely at this point wearing red and black. It's 14-7 Longhorns. But all that changed right here. About 2 minutes to go before the half. Abilene High punting. Nobody's got to touch it. Cedar Hill does. Abilene High falls on the football, recovers it at the 24-yard line, and that turns into the play of the night. Ronell Sims in all kinds of trouble on second down. The sandlot play flips it out to Herschel Sims, and Herschel Sims, he's just faster than you. He dropped out of bounds. Wasn't a fumble. They called him out of bounds first. He'd score in the next play, so it's 14-14 at the break. First drive in the second half. How about the sidekick, Tony Curtis? 9 yards for the score. It's 20-14 after the missed extra point. Abilene High fans beginning to believe it's upset time against the #1 team in the state. Herschel Sims, right around the corner, 31 yards. It's 27-17, about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Longhorns then drive the field, get it to the 1. Stuffed on first, second, and third down. How about fourth down, 2? Game stays 27-17. All fired up. Well, all fired up until, how about Herschel Sims? From the 3-yard line, makes the man miss. Peace, and I'm out. 274 yards on the ground for Herschel Sims. 4 touchdowns. It's 34-17. About 5 minutes to go before the upset. And just for fun, the exclamation point right here. It's Curtis again. This is number 2 on the afternoon. Birds win big, turns into a rout. 41-17. They'll play either South Lake Carroll or Arlington Bowie next week.
What's involved in a ritual or a superstition? What's in between the 120 yards between 2 end zones? For Abilene High, it's a place of great reflection and great preparation, with just a few simple steps.
When we put walk the field on the itinerary for the day, that's exactly what it means, is walk the field, kind of get familiarize yourself with the stadium. And then it's kind of taken on its own life since then. You know, kids look at it as a real traditional thing in which they gather their own thoughts, they do their own thing.
About 1 hour before each game, every Eagles player makes the exact same journey, the exact same trip.
but it's the differences that make each individual trip special, almost superstitious, down to the final centimeters.
Once I get onto the field, I put my headphones on and I get into my own world. That's when everything else doesn't matter. I go to the left corner of the end zone, left foot by the back pylon, and go down on my right knee. That's where I say my prayer, which is the same prayer every game.
I always like to go down on my right knee, put my right hand in the grass, and just feel the grass, and then I say my prayer like that. Whenever my body, I guess, goes into that routine, it's game time.
Not even the head coach is immune from the ritual, walking the field with his team before the game, starting in the same spot and ending up every time between the goal line and the back of the end zone.
Once I get to the end zone, there's certain kids that I want to take a look at and look at their eyes and see how they're feeling. And it's been a unique experience for me this year because the one guy that I'm looking for immediately is number 12. I want to see what he's feeling like.
Maybe the head coach wants to see number 12, his son the quarterback, but many Eagles players take their lead from number 20, Chris Williams, All-State linebacker, who takes a very different walk.
Oh, I got my music on, so I'm usually in the zone, just prancing up and down. I mix it up, a little reggae, anything from a little rock to get you pumped up, screaming in your ears, rap to get you going in the mode, just mixing it up.
And mixing it up seems to be working for the Eagles, whose superstition has them ranked 5th in the state and undefeated.
I don't call it superstition, I call it a plan for success.